For those that are wondering, Alexandra, why we're talking about Pete Davidson on this platform, I mean, these space ventures are pretty lucrative, and we know that he's going to be going to space, but apparently it's on a free ticket.
Yeah, apparently he is an honorary guest of Bezos, which means he's paying nothing. And we don't know the exact pricing for this flight, but we do know that crypto entrepreneur Justin Sun, he was the anonymous donor who spent north of $20 million to go on that July 2021 space flight. Ultimately, he had to reschedule due to a timing conflict. But the fact that Pete Davidson is able to apparently go for free, it's a really big deal. This got the people going on Twitter. I want to call up one user who wrote, quote, why is Pete Davidson going to space when no one I know can afford gas? So I thought that was a pretty valid point there. A lot of people talking about that on Twitter, considering there's a lot happening in the world right now with Russia, Ukraine, and then we have Jeff Bezos just sending a bunch of people up to space. Another point that people were hitting on is the fact that these civilians, including Pete Davidson, they don't have any formal training, so to speak, to go to space. Another user saying, I read how Pete Davidson is going into space next week on Bezos's Blue Horizon spacecraft. I remember those days when astronauts had intense training to prepare them. Now you sign up and a week later, poof, you're considered an astronaut. But I think that speaks to the accessibility that Bezos is trying to create with these civilian flights. Hopefully one day you and I, us mere mortals, will be able to go to space. But fun fact here, Brian, that apparently Pete Davidson got this because he went on a double date with his girlfriend, Kim Kardashian, and Jeff Bezos and his girlfriend, Lauren Sanchez. We know Pete Davidson and Kanye West are in a big public spat right now, so probably good he's leaving Earth next week. But you tweeted about this too, so I want to hear your thoughts.
Well, I mean, look, I just feel like everyone feels like they have to have an opinion on Pete Davidson. They're just lobbing him out on Reddit. Obviously, the whole Kanye West thing has gotten the tabloids all up in a tizzy. But I think what is interesting is just kind of the overall thread here of what Jeff Bezos is doing. And I don't want to speculate here, but the clip that we had played at the beginning from that Saturday Night Live episode was when Elon Musk was hosting. And the whole premise of that skit was that he was sending Pete Davidson into space. So maybe Jeff Bezos is saying, look, actually, I'm the one in control here. I'm the one that can make these types of things happen. Elon Musk is just a fantasy. I'm the one that's actually sending Pete Davidson into space. But again, our Slack chat is actually lighting up right now about whether or not going to space makes you a pilot. I mean, Allie, I feel like if I'm just strapped into something and I'm not hitting any controls, that doesn't make me an astronaut. But I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think so. I do think that Kanye is not too happy about Pete Davidson going to space before him. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more Instagram posts, a lot more tweets about that. But it's really interesting to talk about. I think people have a visceral reaction to Pete Davidson. And you're right, a lot of those headlines about his fight with Kanye have been dominating the headlines. But there's also 5 other passengers that are going on this flight, but no one's really talking about them because here we have Pete Davidson dating Kim Kardashian, has been in the headlines, SNL. I mean, this guy is on top of the world literally right now.
I would say put him, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, and then Elon Musk in the same shuttle and see.
Have them battle it out. I agree.
Have them battle it out.
You should do.
Or just keep them up there in space. Yahoo Finance's Alexandra Canal.